What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is Snussycopen back here for another freaking video today. Now today, man, I'm going to do for the first time kind of like a reaction video to some of your guys' comments. But first, check out the freaking intro. Yeah, look at that LB7 smoke, baby. Because it's freaking America Day, that's why. Before we get into this freaking video, I just wanted to let you guys know, despite the fact of whether you have 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers, you're going to get hate on YouTube. No matter what it is, any social media platform, to be honest with you guys. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm a lot bigger on Instagram than I am on YouTube. I'm just shy of 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I'm like 5,000 shy of 50,000 on Instagram. So a lot of my hate was really coming on Instagram, to be honest with you guys, and I did exactly the opposite of what you were supposed to do in those situations. No matter what is going on, no matter who says what, you're a content creator. You are there to entertain people. You are there to post videos about what's going on, what project you're doing, what vehicle you're working on, whatever you're doing. Whatever style video that you are making that for the public. You are aware that people are going to be commenting. You are aware that you're going to get a crock of crap. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're saying, if you look the wrong way during a video, people are going to give you a hard time for it sometimes. It's crazy the amount of stuff that people will actually bash you for. But one of the worst things that you could do is really lash out and just kind of be negative back towards them. Because at the end of the day, that one person that's commenting on your stuff, or on your YouTube video, or on Instagram, or whatever, if they're on your YouTube, they clicked on your video. You just got paid for an ad for them to come there and be an asshole. So I got myself worked up last week, and there was a lot of comments in reference to Streetspeed717. Now, I will be the first one to admit, I have watched Mike's channel since about 2017, and it honestly hits close to home because Mike is literally 25 minutes away from me. He has a Duramax. He just got his Jeep, a couple weeks ago. I have a freaking Duramax I'm sitting in right now, which a lot of you guys are probably surprised because I obviously haven't driven this thing for freaking ever. Still has blow by. I'm still having some issues with it. It's shifting a little bit better, but that's beside the point. So we both have Jeeps. We both have Duramaxes. Now, there is a lot of differences. So my Duramax is a 2002, it's a GMC Sierra, and it's an LB7. It's not an LLY, it's not a Chevy. Now, granted, is it the same platform? Yeah, if you want to get testicle about it and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, okay, well, they both have Duramaxes. Yeah, okay, we both have Duramaxes. But the biggest thing that kind of like blew me over the edge, and I want you guys to understand, and this is where my inner frustration kind of came from, was Mike has his Blazer on his channel. Now, he has his 90s Tahoe, which he calls a Blazer, which technically, that's what it transferred into. And recently, probably about a month ago, I featured a Blazer on my channel. Now, I want you guys to understand that the Blazer that was on my channel isn't mine. The Blazer that we brought on the channel is a 2004, and it's a Trailblazer. The 2004 Trailblazer kind of has like an emotional story to it that some of you guys know, some of you guys understand, and some of you were just commenting to comment and be an asshole. Now, I'm not asking for sympathy or anything like that, but me featuring a Blazer on the channel had nothing to do other than me putting content out on my channel, okay? That Blazer has been on my channel basically since 2017. That Blazer has always been around in my videos. When I lived across the street from my current house and I lived with my grandpa, that's my freaking grandpa's Trailblazer, okay? My grandpa died of cancer in January this year. My little brother, who is 17, paid the inheritance tax and got his Blazer. Now, my grandpa had problems with the Blazer, so what better way to kind of do like a memorial for my grandpa than to rebuild it, record it, use it as content, and we're doing it for a good freaking reason, but it brought in a lot of hate. So really, you're talking about 2 different types of Blazers and just me trying to push out content. I'm a little channel. I only have less than 3,000 subscribers. Any way I can push out content, I'm going to push out content. That is what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing. And for me to be able to work not only on my grandfather's Trailblazer, which is a freaking honor of mine. I have a shrine inside my recording studio when we do the videos inside my office. That it means something to be able to restore and fix up my grandpa's Trailblazer. And it's not, like I said, it's not meant to mimic or copy Mike in any type of way or anything like that. It is simply due to the fact of, listen, there was stuff wrong with it that needed to be repaired, and my brother is going to be daily driving it. So why not put it on the channel while we are doing the process? Most recently, Mike picked up his 2007 maroon 4-door Jeep Wrangler Sahara, okay? I don't know why or how or what the situation was, how it all like came back on me. You know, Mike is a big channel. Mike has almost 1 million subscribers, which is fantastic. And, you know, Mike actually, after all this situation went down, reached out to me, gave me a follow on Instagram, messaged me, we talked back and forth, and there's plans, you know, for the future with both of the Jeeps. But there was like a confusion / misconception as to me doing my budget build on my wife's Jeep that I bought for my wife a year ago because it was her dream vehicle. I made a video on it literally in, I believe it was July of last year, buying that Jeep for my wife because my wife has always wanted a Jeep, wanted to build a Jeep. But we waited. We held off building the Jeep for the longest time because there was a lot that happened last year. So last year we made the decision, and not saying that I regret this decision, but we moved out of my grandpa's house. We moved out of my grandpa's house and got a house that's across the street. You know, that way we could still be close and stuff like that. And so that was a big expense. You know, we got married in August. That was another big expense. So building the Jeep wasn't a financial priority at the time when I had other stuff going on. I have been talking forever about me getting a daily so I can park this thing. I mean, and anybody who watches my channel or follows me on Instagram knew that I was looking at getting a daily. Now, my wife and I made the decision that we're not gonna get a daily. I will drive the $900 Jetta that we still have, which has been on the channel. You know, I can't post content on a $900 Jetta. So, in essence, I'm gonna be driving the $900 Jetta here soon, so I can figure out what I'm doing with the truck. But with us not buying a daily, I was like, okay, we were sitting on a little bit of money. Why don't we just do the Jeep now? We got our tax returns, we had a little bit in savings. We're like, why don't we just do the Jeep now? So we made the decision, and ironically, as stupid as it sounds, Mike was the motivation to build the Jeep. He really was. My wife and I watch his channel habitually. So when he got a Jeep, you know, at first I was like, oh shit, he got the same color. Then I was like, actually, this is pretty cool, because in my eyes, I'm like, you have two different people that are building, in essence, a similar vehicle. Now, his is a Sahara, mine's an Unlimited X. So they're very, very alike. So it's like, okay, you guys will be able to see the differences between how he builds his Jeep and how I build my Jeep, budget style. So my wife and I wanted to get everything done at once. We didn't want to kind of like let it linger, piece it together, and it take forever to get accomplished. You know, we wanted to get everything at one shot, get it all together, and go from there. So first thing that I got was, we actually found a guy on Facebook Marketplace like 15 minutes away that had a set of Pro Comps that were on 35s. They were 17x9. They were the exact spec of what I was looking for to run a wheel and tire setup on the Jeep. Now, my wife wanted to run Fuel Beast. Now, she wanted to run a 17x9 Fuel Beast. And if you guys know anything about fuel and specifically the Beasts, they're expensive. I don't have the money to just drop, you know, $3,000 for a wheel and tire setup. We paid $200 for our Pro Comps with tires. Now, I just ordered tires today to replace 2 of the tires on the Pro Comps. So even doing that, which was like $500 and some for 2 tires, we are still considerably under what we wanted to do in the first place. But when I posted a picture of the Pro Comps leaning up against the Jeep, and I labeled it "The Wrangler Budget Build Begins," honestly, I initially didn't even think about it. It wasn't going through my mind. I was so excited to finally start the process of the Jeep. We ordered everything, picked up our wheels for a steal of a price. I posted the picture. Well, that picture brought so much hate to my channel, because there's a lot of people that follow me on Instagram that follow Mike. And it's a trend. It's no different than like myself personally. I watch Street Speed. I watch TJ Hunt. I watch Fortnite videos. I watch all sorts of different YouTubers. So obviously people know who he is, and somehow, you know, people knew about me. Even though I feel like I'm so small, people knew me and then commented and were tagging Mike in the post, commenting that I'm copying him and all this other stuff. And honestly, I hope when Mike is done and he gets his wheels in, before he wraps it, I hope you guys see that though they might look similar, they are so freaking different. There is so much different in the builds. There are different lift kits. The wheels, I have a feeling Mike is getting pro comp since he's going through 4-wheel parts. That is what it is. It doesn't mean that he's going to run the exact tire setup. It doesn't mean he's going to run the same tires. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. Our bumpers are different, both rear and front. The only thing that's really the same on our Jeeps is the color, the fact that it's a maroon 4-door Wrangler, and our lighting system. Our light system, obviously having the 52-inch LED up top and then the 2 pods sitting on top of the hood, they're pretty universal. You know, there's no other way around it other than that is one of the most common things for people to put on a Jeep. I obviously went a little bit more in depth. We got new headlights. Our grille is obviously changed. And there are a couple of things that are going to be coming for the Jeep that I'm not sure that Mike is going to put on. But the point of the matter is, just because somebody has a similar vehicle to you, a different channel, or somebody that you know, doesn't mean that they're copying you. Okay, there are so many people out there in this world that love Jeeps, buy Jeeps, build Jeeps, and to the common eye, they look very similar. There are little things here and there that make this person stand out different than the other person's. I feel like with mine, the biggest thing right now is the grille. And that is obviously having the matte black grille and having the Gladiator Vader. And that is one touch that I'm really glad that we did. That was my wife's idea. That's what she wanted. That's what she got. Moral of the story, guys, just because somebody else has something that is similar to yours or like yours or the exact same, don't let it stop you from achieving goals that you want to achieve. There is going to be hate no matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter. Literally, my dad could be looking at me saying that we are stupid for doing what we did to the Jeep. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's like an asshole. Everybody has one. If this was your first time watching a video on my channel, guys, I hope you give this video a big thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Like I said, Mike reached out to me after my frustrating post on Instagram the other day. Hopefully, we meet up like the initial plan is to get both Jeeps together so you guys can see them. So some of you can actually tell the distinct differences between the two Jeeps. Till the next time, guys, see ya.